Oh, echo. Oh, echo. Oh, echo. Bad theme music playing again. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Saturday Night InSaNiTy. Hi, how's it going? Who's in the boys' room? Let's find out.
So fucking smart now.
It is so fucking smart now. It's brilliant.
Photoshop is insane.
Totally. Actually, one thing that's really cool that they added, I think, a couple versions ago, is you can take a blurry photo where your like hand shook when you took the picture, feed it into this fucking Photoshop algorithm. It will trace the motion of your blur and put it in focus.
Because it takes all your multiple, because it's a multiple image, so it's just taking the multiple images and pushing it together to make a whole...
It's like magic!
Yeah, it's not anything magic. The whole focused image is in the image, it's just shaky.
Yes.
So it's combining all the... It's beautiful.
It's
I love
crazy.
It's arranging the pixels in the proper order. It's not like making anything, it's just like... It just uses logic to go, oh, these pixels go here. It solves the puzzle in like 30 seconds.
It's, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's photographic sorcery.
Yeah, it's so fucking powerful now. I'm seriously considered like I might actually.
I can't even handle it. It's just I can't even handle it. It's too
I've been a GIMP user for years, mind you. I love GIMP, but like Photoshop's like so much more better. Right, it's
fuck is he doing right now?
All right, I'm back. I've got chips.
They make it pretty affordable, actually. I think it's less than I'm remembering. It's pretty cheap to rent it monthly. Like I think it's actually $9.99 a month.
I have a lot left. It's mostly crumbs.
Oh.
Rip L. Crusteals.
Justin, just go pay $9.99 a month. Make it.
Do it. No.
Yeah, Justin.
Pay $10 for 1 month. Cancel it 1 month and you get all your photos.
For the price
I
of
don't have all the
Netflix.
ideas for my photos yet, goddammit.
Well, that's why you have to like figure it out, and then you rent it. All you do is figure out all your ideas first, right? And then you rent it for 1 month, and you do them all.
All of them. All of the
For
ideas.
$10 fucking you borrow Photoshop. You legally borrow Photoshop for a month. I mean, like,
Why, God, why?
they make
Won't
it
see
so
him for a month.
not like steal it nowadays. Beautiful. Like I said.
That just reminds me of that Star Wars fan film where the shareware expires on the lightsabers.
Oh yeah, just give the guy the $5 already, and let's finish the fight.
Don't bother.
What are you doing now? I'm entering a different email address.
It's like,
Photoshop is like
I'm saying my name is Yankee Doodle.
Photoshop is like wonders, but like Premiere is still ass. So don't bother with Premiere.
Premiere is just so non-intuitive. That was the big problem I have with it.
Crashes all the time now still.
But why do you do that now? It doesn't make sense. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. I was just doing that while waiting for the show to start. So, show starts. What's up?
Yeah, it started a few minutes ago. Where were you?
Being frustrated at stupid image editing programs.
Oh.
What? Why?
I think I'm tired because I went places.
Oh, look at that. Meebot did, hey everyone, InSaNiTy is now live at twitch.tv/.
Oh, yay.
I set it up correctly, hooray. I had to add
So,
and I just don't know if I did it right. And I guess I did it right, so there we go.
what happened this week?
I
Does
haven't
anyone
had
remember
I haven't had
this week?
dinner yet. That's what happened this week. I need to make food. I don't have the camera set up so you won't be able to watch
Did
me. But you'll be able
things
to hear me.
happen this week?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Prince from the grave decided he didn't want to be from beyond the grave decided he didn't want to be a hologram, so there's no hologram tomorrow at the Super Bowl.
Ah.
Okay.
But that's because it's against his fucking religion. He even said it was like holograms were the devil. Mimic, like he actually said this like in a quote or whatever, like about like the previous holograms that had been done. Like, he thought it was witchery. He never wished it. He would never want to be it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right then. There you go. I don't know.
He was of the Lord.
Oh.
Well, some lord.
Listen,
Well.
the artist formerly
Lord.
known as, then eventually became Prince again.
Mm-hmm.
He had a few screws loose, okay? Just a few.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. But it explains why he felt the way he did about this particular subject.
Actually,
Okay? In totality, it explains it.
one thing that happened this week, it was all a bit of a fright, was Stan Lee was rushed to the hospital with some breathing difficulties and irregular heartbeat. Apparently he's fine. He pulled through whatever it was. It was just a bit of a
Indigestion or something.
moment. But the thing is, he's like in his
I feel like
90s,
you're having a heart
so
attack.
we know that anything
95.
like that could be it. You know?
Is Stan Lee
The
immortal
dude's-
or something?
Look,
I mean,
dude's
look,
old.
he's 95. He's literally going to leave this earth one of these days.
Yeah.
Like any day now, he
It's like,
stop
and
breathing.
could
That's
be
it.
any time.
or he's immortal. I'm just saying. Like,
He
Well,
might
he
also
is-
be the hero of the Black.
he is on a mission for the Watchers, so I mean that much has been established. So you know,
He might be a hero for the Blacklist, to be fair.
you never know.
Please, Disney, please tell me you've taken a high-res scan of his face so he can continue being a cameo in movies long after he is gone. So every time a Marvel movie comes along, we can look with warm hearts going, oh, I wonder how they're going to put Stan Lee in it now.
Mm-hmm.
of course they are. Of course they have.
The
They
CG
should.
Stanley.
That would be awesome if he can continue being. And then when they finally do bring Watchers in, they should literally use the scan of Stan Lee's face with like various facial hair orientations, whatever else. You'd be like, oh my god, there's Stan Lee with a Fu Manchu beard. That's awesome.
Fu Manchu stand. Sorry, I'm just quickly powering down some chips. I'm gonna go make a couple of burgers.
Are you going to switch to
No.
kitchen cam? Damn you.
You're not gonna just
Ah,
awkwardly drag
yeah.
that camera into the kitchen with you. You totally should try. At least leave us on the floor or something.
I'll
Lay us upside down on the floor, looking up at you.
have to find where the extension cord is.
You should point us towards the kitchen from where it sits. Then, so glimpses of you come around
Generally,
to say something.
yeah. Oh God, it burns.
You see a fireball just race out of the kitchen.
Oh crap, it's everywhere.
Yes,
Ooh.
or Major Motoko said, or doesn't need to clone Stanley. I would be okay with that.
That's right.
Stanley,
Of all the awful things with cloning Stanley is a good thing.
Just put him in the freezer next to Walt. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Well, this got a little more morbid than I was meaning it to, but okay.
Speaking
Welcome to
of
the show. We're
morbid,
not normally this morbid.
Actually, my big pickups this week, I finally bought some more Kleenex. We were out of Kleenex, so I bought 3 boxes. We were on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart for 79 cents a box.
wow. I got
Nice.
cooler stuff than that.
I'd say that was all I got. That was just the big, significant acquisition this week.
Yeah, and if that's all you got in terms of significance.
Never underestimate. I also got these Quaker Harvest apple cinnamon breakfast bars. They were on sale. They're really good and filling, so I'm going to eat 10 of them.
I'm sorry, I just can't be impressed. I have Reese's Pieces right here.
Hey, look at that. Look at that healthy, fiber-rich goodness.
Red Vines. Hold on here. A gigantic, gargantuan box of Junior Mints.
Yes! Now you're talking.
That? Christ, you're giving me a heart attack. All I've got are these really spicy, gluten-free chips.
There you go.
From late July snacks. They're actually pretty good, but they're really fucking hot.
The big difference here is this will help me to poop nicely and healthily, rather than your food there, Stout, which will be violent diarrhea as your body struggles to expunge all of this crap you've put into it.
That or it'll come out and look like it's wrapped in plastic.
Oh, so much carnauba wax. Oh my god. There's carnauba wax all over your Twizzlers, I'm pretty sure. Red Vines, whatever.
I'm pretty sure
on the outside of Starburst.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Red Vines are just edible plastic.
Pretty much.
The shoelace, man. They're the cast off from the shoelace factory.
Let me see here.
See, when they cut the shoelaces, they're uneven, and then they take those and they melt it down and make them into shapes in the Red Vines. And
corn syrup, otherwise known as sugar, right?
Yeah.
Wheat flour, citric acid, artificial flavor, and red
I'd like to point out that wheat flour is indistinguishable from your body from sugar also. So that's sugar, plus sugar.
sugar.
Sounds good to me.
Way it goes.
Sugar, a little bit of citric acid, some artificial flavor, and red.
To be fair, the sugar from the wheat is healthier than the sugar
Thanks,
from the
Manic Prime.
The corn syrup is the worst kind of sugar. That's the stuff that probably gives cancer, and there's still research.
By the way,
the same.
Speaking of being in the exclusive club of InSaNiTy, this week I posted something on the Patreon page that only Patreon sponsors can see. Ooh! So basically, I got actually, I should say, this week, Amazon Prime finally pulled through and did what it's supposed to do and what you pay it to do. I ordered something on the 31st of January. Actually, I ordered a bunch of things. They're going to be my pickups today. And then it came in the next day. Yeah, that's right. I was expecting it the following day, but no, it came the next day, like less than 24 hours. Well, actually, a little over 24 hours. Maybe like 30 hours after I ordered it, it was in my hands. Done. So I was very pleased with that. So yeah. So anyway, the package arrived while I was in the middle of filming a video, and I was like, "Oh, the phone's ringing. Oh, it's a package. Score!" So I got a package, and just on a whim decided, you know what, I'm going to do a package opening right now as just like a cell phone video, and then post it on the Patreon page. So there you go. So use the Sony cell phone, which actually does record in 1080p, and posted that on Patreon as exclusive for the Patreon sponsors. So thank you very much to all of you on my Patreon. Hope you enjoyed the little treat. Hope to do more things like that for you guys at some point.
Yay, Patreon!
Yay! So be a part of Club Z. You know you wanna. Yeah.
Yay, Club Z.
Agent Matoka says, InSaNiTy, are you sure you don't have next day delivery in your area with Amazon Prime? Well, no, not technically. Well, I can get next day delivery if I pay more for shipping, but I'm already paying for Prime, and that gives me at most 2-day shipping free. So, yeah.
The best thing about Prime to me is the free shipping, quite frankly. Because yes, it's not the best shipping out there. However, it's not terrible shipping, and if you're ordering at least, and I'm just like lowball here, 20 or 30 items in a year, and per item you would have paid like $4 to ship, you're already more than paying for the shipping just
Yeah.
with the yearly pricing.
Well, if you're buying under the threshold, see,
I
mean,
always,
even,
yeah.
yeah, even
I
without
was
Prime, I would always buy it at minimum the threshold for free shipping. So, I mean, for me, it's not a huge difference, honestly, in terms of time. Like I've used just the regular free shipping and got stuff the next day before. So, yeah.
I remember, actually, I think it was shipping with Walmart. I was under their threshold once, and so I added cookies just to get over the 35, or I guess 50, I think, with them.
Was it 50?
Fucking
Yeah.
Walmart,
The Amazon
yeah.
is 35.
Or no, maybe it is 30. Yeah, no, it is 35.
But there's, but yeah.
The annoying thing, I was going to say, the only thing with Walmart, though, is a lot of their stuff tends to ship from different distribution centers. So
Yeah.
my cookies shipped separately, and because I was shipping into the U.S., I had to pay the $3.50 receiving fee to my shipper.
all
So I'm
this
like,
to get-
okay, well, this was with the exchange rate like an $8 pack of cookies. But okay.
It would have been cheaper just to drive to Walmart and buy the cookies there, like even factoring in gas and everything.
Well, they were Stackwells, which you can't get in Canada anymore. Those were the ones I used to have when I was a kid. So
Oh, gotcha.
they were worth it. They were damn good.
Well, there you go then. They were special cookies. But yeah, the main thing this time that so obviously the free shipping is nice. But I mean, I rarely get the actual 2-day shipping because I tend to order things on a Friday, so then they don't ship over the weekend, and I end up having to wait till Monday or Tuesday anyway. So it ends up taking like no more or less time than it would have normally. So, but for me, the attractive thing this time around was the streaming, was the stuff that Amazon has on their streaming service. Not the least of which being all 12 seasons of Unsolved Mysteries, the original with Robert Stack, which we've talked about many times before by now.
He needs to play the same character Robert Stack played in that.
That was a big selling point. Sorry, who was that, Stout?
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving, yes.
If they ever redo Unsolved Mysteries with somebody other than Dennis Farrar or whoever.
Well, Dennis Farina's dead now, too.
Farina.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if they ever bring it back, they should totally get Hugo Weaving. He has the voice for it.
Oh,
okay?
yes.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Definitely. He could
100%
totally do it.
does.
Well, he has that kind of voice that could be, menacing and matter of fact, but he's also British. So he adds like the Britishness to it, which just makes you want to listen to him more. The natural authoritativeness, commanding presence of the British voice.
He's British Australian, actually.
Oh, there you go. Even better. So
He's actually born in Nigeria.
So it'll be authoritative yet approachable.
Also Nigerian. He's born in Nigeria.
And he'll offer you huge inheritance.
Into my country. Get him out.
Get him out. Oh yeah, he's out. The Dreamers are out. He's out. Unfortunately.
Gotcha. Friday. Oh, okay.
Another thing they added.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Recently, they added Erie, Indiana.
Oh yeah, the original.
It's pretty awesome.
I wish the Other Dimension, Erie, Indiana, the Other Dimension would get some love. It just seems to have vanished. I have most of them on tape and a few that I got in trades a while back. But it would be... Huh?
Nothing.
It wasn't as good as the original, but it was still better than a lot of the other stuff that was on at the time. But,
I love that you heard that. You're like, what was that?
Yeah. Blasphemy! No, I mean, nothing will ever top the original. It was just so smart and a little bit edgy for a kids show. It was just really, really well done. I really enjoyed marathoning it again a couple years ago for Halloween. But, so how long has it been since you've seen it, Stab?
What, the original Erie, Indiana?
Yeah.
Freaking, I was...
Like 20 years?
10?
25
It's
years?
been 20 years, yeah.
So basically not since
It's
it
been
was
at
on.
least 20 years.
So basically not since it was originally on? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy. I think
I've been enjoying it.
I think it holds up quite well. Basically, it's basically a Twilight Zone for kids, which is great. Very clever.
It feels more like X-Files in
Yes,
some ways.
actually, that's a good way to put it. It's more the X-Files for kids, which is a good
And
way.
then
It's the X-Files episodes where it's like the monster of the week.
Yeah.
It's those X-Files
And it's not even
episodes.
for kids. It's just for everybody. I think it's really it's a show that doesn't talk down to you for sure.
Yes.
That's all on it. It's acceptable for whole families because it doesn't talk down to you at all.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Like there's some silly gags or whatever, but there's nothing like super fucking dumb. You're like,
Yeah.
only a 4-year-old would laugh at that or whatever it is.
Exactly. And it's funny, we would describe it as an X-Files for kids, which is very much what it is. However, it came out 2 years before the X-Files, which makes it even more X-Files.
And in I think it's either the first or the second episode, they actually made a mention to a reference to Unsolved Mysteries. I was oh, interesting.
Well, that was at like the peak of Unsolved Mysteries at the time, so I mean it was a big show in that era.
Roth says it's a good alternative to Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps. I agree.
Mysterious mysteries of mystery.
I never really liked Goosebumps.
Goosebumps?
I didn't hate them.
Some episodes are alright. Others are just terrible.
No, but even the books, because by that time I was like old enough to read. I was already watching horror movies. I didn't really.
That's another thing, yeah.
I wasn't watching the kid stuff. I was watching the fucking grown-up shit already by then, you know.
Yeah.
That's just all. I'm like,
I think CKI 2000X says, sadly, the episodes of Unsolved Mysteries on Prime are edited and missing stories. I don't know how true that is, because I noticed the way they're doing it is they're showing the stories in whatever the latest form of those stories were, specifically with whatever the latest updates were. So I'm pretty sure that it's still the stories as they originally aired in their original order. The only difference is they've re-edited them to be the versions that have updates, if they have updates. But otherwise, it's still the stories in the sequence that they originally would have appeared.
I mean, other than like maybe a personal detail they shouldn't have revealed, what the fuck would they edit out of a show that was made for basically?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have noticed since I've watched through like 7 seasons now of it.
Yeah.
There are a few episodes where it's like, wait a minute, that happened. That hasn't even happened. Why are they saying this is an update to something that we haven't seen yet?
Yeah. No, well, even season 1, I noticed that. It's like, last year we showed this story.
Yeah. So there are a few instances like that.
But what it was that it was like a missing person. So they were repeating the story as a last effort to try to find this person. So, I mean, I can understand the reasoning for why they showed that version of it in the Prime versions rather than showing the original and then going back and showing the repeat. They're just showing that story once in whatever its most up-to-date form was. So, in this case, the rebroadcast where there was, a little bit of new information or what have you. But, interesting. CKI says, I agree with that. However, I have all original broadcasts, and there are entire stories taken out of the episode. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's...
Well,
that is
I can also see them maybe skipping an entire episode.
Could well be.
To be fair, like, there's not really that many decent ways to actually see the original Unsolved Mysteries.
Unfortunately, that's true. Yeah, there's very few options. I mean, it's not really repeated
you want to get just one of the DVD sets, like the Ghost set? Oh, that'll be $100 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the DVD sets, they didn't even do full episodes. They just did compilations of types of stories. Like, here's a bunch of the UFO stories. Here's a bunch of the ghost ones. Here's a bunch of the missing persons ones or whatever. And they're all themed compilations of stories. But I don't know. I mean, I think part of it may also be that in the intervening years, there may be some rights issues with some of the stories that they just weren't able to get clearance with the families or whatever to repeat them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
which is entirely. That's the only thing I can think of as far as like a sort of legitimate reason why they wouldn't be able to show certain stories. But And I think that may be a reason why we haven't seen repeats of them for so long.
Or, what could have been is, like, they send out the authorization to rebroadcast to them or whatever, like, to these families, and maybe those little families who never got back to them,
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe not like they're like, oh, no, maybe they just didn't have that address anymore, there's no new updated information,
But I mean, that said, I'm glad to see it back in some kind of form that we can enjoy. Because quite frankly, I mean, there's been a lot of... I've grabbed a lot of bootleg sets and whatnot over the years just to kind of have it in some form. And I have a handful of them taped from the original broadcasts. And it's really nice to see it in, like, decent quality again after... Like, some of those bootlegs were pretty rough, like, from some pretty rough tapes. But... it's great to be able to see it in some kind of form, even if there is some stuff missing. It's more than we've had for all these years, It's as close to complete as we've had.
And one of the things I really like about it is that they provide like some of the newest updates possible.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I don't think it's like new. I think it's like
no, it's from
or something.
Yeah, well, a lot of the updates are from the original broadcast, like where they did.
You can go onto their website, and they actually have updates,
like
current,
updates?
up-to-date updates on
cool.
these things. And I believe that's probably where they got the information that they put into these episodes. But I just think it's cool because it makes it even more eerie when you're watching something that's like, this guy disappeared, and nobody knows where he is, And then the story ends, and you're just waiting. So did they find him?
Yeah.
No, they didn't find him.
Yeah.
And it's 30 years later, and nobody knows what happened to the guy.
Well,
yeah.
What's
There's
interesting
a few
is
like that.
as we drift into a constantly watched society, as cameras start popping on more businesses, everyone has cell phones. It's going to be a lot harder for people to just go missing.
Yeah.
Because what happens when we have face recognition that can catch it on any video camera, and suddenly your face just starts walking around in a city from across the country? And we're like, hey, that person was spotted over here, That shit's coming, and it's coming really quick.
We're practically there.
Yeah, exactly. It's practically there.
In a lot of ways, we are there.
So, yeah.
I remember Eric and I talking about something sort of similar to that when we were watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You're saying how like the basic premise of that plot just wouldn't work today because of the multitude of ways you could get in touch with somebody.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Eric was like, yeah, there's smartphones. You can make a YouTube video to say you're okay. Like went through this whole list of all these different ways you can
potentially get a ride from someone off the Twitter feed. Like, oh yeah,
it's like, call an Uber driver. Yeah, I remember seeing a thing also about how the Breakfast Club wouldn't work today. It's like, instead of all the kids like bonding and finding out that, hey, we're not so different and blah blah blah, they'd all just be sitting there on their smartphones ignoring each other for like the whole of detention.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up, I'm playing this game.
Oh really? You think you get your smartphone attention? It's funny.
Yeah.
And yet Power still tried to shove that bullshit down our throats.
What?
Like the Power Rangers movie. They still tried to shove it down. Like, that movie wanted so badly to be the Breakfast Club that it was just at one point hilarious.
Are you talking about the new one?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a moment like late in the film when I'm just thinking to myself, okay, surely they're beyond the Breakfast Club crap, and we can actually get into the whole fighting Power Ranger thing. And then they make at this late moment in the film, they make another reference to the Breakfast Club. Another one.
I never would have thought of a Power Rangers
There are so
movie
many references to the Breakfast Club.
as a Breakfast Club remake.
I really need to see that. I think maybe you're complaining too much.
Power Rangers Breakfast Club.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's dumb, stupid fun, which is exactly what you want Power Rangers to be, but like, that one aspect just annoyed me because it's just like, okay, stop with the Breakfast Club.
You like the Breakfast
Well, it's
Club?
like I'm just imagining the end scene where it's like playing over the "Don't You Forget About Me," where they're like reading, where they all read off their labels of who they are.
Yeah.
It's like, but what we learned is we're all really just a Red Ranger and a Blue Ranger and a Purple Ranger.
Perfect.
Accurate.
Lark says they have a series called Hunted, where small groups try to outrun all the cameras, etc. for a few weeks. That's going to be a thing that'll happen here eventually. When we get into camera regulation, there'll be a show about that, I'm sure, eventually.
Interesting. So it's basically all about trying not to be seen in this society of cameras everywhere.
Impossible.
Cool. He says, in the UK, you cannot go anywhere without being spotted by a camera. We have ANPR, automatic number plate recognition, on most of the motorways and everywhere in towns and car parks.
Yep. We're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, in some ways I don't mind it. In other ways I do mind it.
I am going to go make burgers.
We also have technology to obscure people's faces, too. So.
I can't really, I don't know. I'll try, hold on. I move this over without screwing anything up. Ah! Seriously, what the fuck? Why does it do that? I'm just changing the speaker, and it kicks me out of the Google chat. Like, how does, it doesn't... Alright, I'm gonna put this over here. How far can we go?
Huh. The good news is my girlfriend's gonna come visit me in 15 days.
Yay!
I'm really fucking excited!
Actually, hold on. Can we go over here?
She'll be here as a guest on one of those days. Assuming we have a show. Last time she visited, I think there was no show. I think it got canceled.
Oh yeah, put it there. All right, so you're kind of in the kitchen with me.
Oh, cool. You actually did it.
I told him to at least put the camera to here, at least see every now and then him peek out on fire or whatever. And there was a bunch of gags. And we all made fun of him about what would be funny if he came flying out of the kitchen in a fireball, or him running out going fuck, 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 hot, hot, hot with something in his hand.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that is as close as we can get.
What a weird question to ask, Dale.
All right, good. Look at Mr. Skeleton. I'm gonna make some burgers now.
Do-do-do.
What's Sean doing? Oh, he's making food, guy.
He's making food. Food. So, is anybody going to be watching the Super Bowl specifically to see the Han Solo trailer? Oh my gosh.
Well, the fascinating thing about 1984 trailer? No, I haven't seen it yet.
Wait a minute.
The fascinating thing about 1984 is it's written like as if it like being monitored all the time is a bad thing.
The Han Solo trailer?
We're in a society which is already constantly monitored because everyone's got a fucking web-connected device on their fucking person. So it's funny is we became a society that monitored each other before the government ever decided to start monitoring us.
Did I hear someone say there's a Han Solo trailer?
So,
that's the main thing, though.
a teaser.
Is there a Han Solo trailer?
Teaser.
Oh my god, it's coming tomorrow or the day, next week. Whatever the fuck the Super Bowl is, I don't know. I'm not a football guy.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow.
I only know that because no one will shut up about it on my fucking timeline.
Oh,
I wouldn't have known if people were going, who are you going for? I'm like, I'm here for the Han Solo trailer. Like,
sports.
Corletton, we just discussed that earlier. It's not happening because Prince didn't want it to happen.
Yeah, the Prince estate said no. It's not going to happen. Prince himself, in an interview a few years ago, mentioned that he thinks that holograms are those holograms are the devil because they're basically recreating reality and not in a healthy way, and that artists are gone and that like their art should just they should live on through their art and that's it, not be recreated. And so he like it's against his religion, I guess. Hologram be hologrammed, I guess. Something. He's a Jehovah's Witness, and I guess holograms are a new thing. Like they're not allowed to be holograms or whatever. Like that's what he believed anyway. So he would never want to be a hologram, and that's what he was stating. And so, yeah, that's so that. I guess the Princess State said no, but we'll see what happens tomorrow, huh? I bet if it happens, the fucking Princess State's gonna sue like crazy.
Storm, activate.
Oh, they bring it themselves, to be fair.
Yeah, trying to. Damn it! The last two patties.
So a few weeks ago,
they
came
put
out
the
with
paper in the
trailer
wrong
for-
place. The two patties are cemented together. Fuck.
Really sounds like.
You know what was talking? Sorry. Mention Cloverfield 3 and 4. Anyway, continue on. Just to bring that so we can get back to that when you finish your thought. I was gonna lose my thought otherwise.
Fuck.
Excellent.
Hey, it landed paper side down. All right.
Oh god.
Good sign, I suppose. It's still good. It's still good. It's a little dirty. As you were saying, Jeff.
That's a dirty burger. Oh, I don't even fucking remember.
Apparently, the new Cloverfield movie, what, God Particle or whatever, might be picked up by Netflix. And then in the discussion of that, there was mention that the fourth Cloverfield film might already be done filming.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah.
Which is why they might put it to Netflix so they can release the next one. And just
I don't know why they wouldn't. I think a lot of those small-time horror movies need to be put to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, whatever.
But still,
But, you know, because it's like, this is a movie that was made on a really low budget. Almost all horror movies are made on a really low
it's a
budget.
sci-fi movie.
Well, it's a sci-fi horror.
It's only horror because
Either way,
they're in the middle of space without the Earth. They're in space.
Are you telling me it's not a low-budget movie? Come on.
No, I didn't say it was low budget.
Come on.
I was arguing the genre, not the budget.
Well,
I said it's the wrong genre, but your point still stands. That's what I originally said. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Christ.
Fair enough. Me making a mountain out of a molehill. Shut up.
Is this really the mountain you want to die on? The hill you want to die on, sir?
No, but I have an anxiety disorder, so I'm going to do it anyway.
All right. I say that whenever anyone gets uppity in the fucking, excuse me, it's the wrong term. When everyone gives me shit in the fucking in the Discord, I have to like fucking exile somebody to the Phantom Zone. It only happened a few times. Everyone gives me that shit. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to die on this hill? Are you sure you want to defend the Nazis? Jesus Christ. Okay. You go ahead and screw yourself on that fucking hill. Nazis. Nazis, guys.
We're babbling about a lot of crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
We all know Nazis aren't real people. They don't have the same rights as everyone else. They lost that right when they tried to exterminate an entire group of people. They voted themselves out of society when they did that.
And beat the shit out of rapists in the courtroom.
Oh yeah! And that fucking Nassar guy who like was raping the entire women's
World, apparently.
gymnastics team. One of the fathers who had 3 daughters who were raped by this gentleman nearly got his hands on him. At which the bailiff who held him down says, "I know, I understand, but stop." Like he's got to pull him away from him. And the judge said that there's no way she's going to prosecute or press charges on him. Yeah. I mean, like, it's, you know, no one actually got hurt, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah, that guy's going to get fucking just.
I mean, consider this.
Have a horrible 80 years in prison. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 140 plus 80. He's going to be in prison. And by the way, I hope when we figure out how to extend life, we extend that guy's life all the way up until 1 year before his prison sentence is up and then stop mysteriously.
Yeah.
So he can spend the entire time in prison before dying of natural causes at the prime age of 212. So if we ever get the ability to lengthen lives, horrible people like that should literally have their lives extended so that they fucking suffer through their prison sentence before they're released from the moral coil.
Really rude. I don't know. Possibly both.
What? Talking to Sean at all.
I was just going to say... Okay, I was just going to say, at least we can take solace in knowing his life in prison will be absolute hell.
Yes, he will either be in the protected ward, or where he will still be harassed, or...
Yes.
Yes.
Or...
Are you hearing me?
Or he will...
I just opened a program and I thought that was some weird audio thing.
Okay,
Or-
hold on.
The chat is not hearing you through the microphone that you asked us if you were hearing us through. They're not hearing. They're not hearing you through that. They're hearing you through the other one.
Oh, nobody can hear him. Got it.
Alright. I'll move it over to this one, so you guys can hear me a little better when I'm in the kitchen, then I'll switch it back to the other when I move back to the desk. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That would explain it. I was across the room, so you didn't even know I was talking, probably.
Nope, had no idea.
Awesome.
Can you hear me now?
I
Good.
was just like, wow, what a rude motherfucker. He just keeps talking over me like a bulldozer of words.
No, if I'd known you were trying to talk, I would have been like, yes.
You had things to say, goddammit.
So yeah, that guy's either gonna be in protected, in the like the K-12 in like Los Angeles, which is where they put child molesters, homosexuals, transgender people, the people who generally have a hard time in regular pop. Or he's gonna be in solitary confinement to protect him from being, I don't know, beaten to death in normal pop. Or he's gonna be in normal population and probably beaten a lot, maybe to death. One would hope.
Like, no matter what happens, this guy is in for a bad time. And
He's not going to enjoy the rest of his life at all. It's going to be boring and miserable and filled with terrible food, and everyone will hate him. Everyone will hate him. I mean, just like outside prison, too. Everyone will hate him. Yes. So, yeah. Fuck that guy. I have no remorse, no regret. I'm someone that's something so heinous. It's like, you know, several hundred victims. I'm like, there's no rehabilitation. You're done.
Oh no, absolutely not.
You're done.
I need something on the side.
I'd shoot you into the sun if I could. You know, like, Christ.
I thought I had leftover garlic bread, but I don't. So, I'm going to make something else. Right here.
What?
Ooh.
Maybe
A Red Bull.
you said like
Speaking of red things.
so.
Holy shit, I didn't realize I have 3 different...
Maybe
Okay,
seal.
hold on. Let me tell you what I'm making first. We're going to make Caesar salad.
Ooh.
Yes.
Not bad.
I actually bought this for steak dinner the other night. I didn't make it, so I kind of got to eat it before it goes bad. So we got the Keg brand Caesar salad dressing here. I'm just gonna get this dripping. And I realize I've actually got 3 different kinds of croutons.
Watch for the unhealthy
The,
dressing coming.
Fresh gourmet garlic Caesar. The finest excellence Caesar. This is Walmart's brand. And then Noni's focaccia crouton. There's not too many of these left, so I think we're just going to go with the regular garlic Caesar. These are good.
Gotcha.
Not
Gotcha.
Focaccia.
Gotcha.
Focaccia.
Gotcha. What? Huh? What were you gonna say?
Can you tell which bag was the one I got from Costco?
Nope. But no.
Whichever one is bigger.
Indistinguishable. That's a small bag, right? The little one? That's the little one's snack
Oh,
size.
Yep. I can tell.
The little bag is totally Costco snack size. I knew it. Costco snack.
You guys in the chat have to realize that when he asks us a question like that, it's going to be like 15 seconds before we can actually see the bags he's holding up. So we're just like, sure.
Almost done with the sacred herbs that I shall burn.
Ow!
So there's a new Purge teaser trailer.
The first Purge? Oh, yeah. I posted earlier this week, there was someone posted a photo of a hat that said "The First Purge" on it that they had found or had been given. Nobody knows for sure, obviously. And he posted on Twitter, and I posted it in shitpost thinking it was a joke, right? Because someone was making a joke of the whole Trump campaign. Nope. It was it was viral marketing for the First Purge. 3 days later, or 2 days later, released the poster. I was like, oh my god! And
Those who don't realize the hat was like a MAGA style hat that just had the First Purge on it.
yeah, just the Make America Great hat, but it says it's the First Purge. I think they should have gotten a Trump impersonator to be doing the speech though. About
I'm sure there would be a Trump impersonator somewhere in that movie.
was there a Trump mask in election year? I can't remember. Do you remember? Do you remember if there was a Trump mask in election year?
I don't remember. No.
You should probably rewatch them. It's been a while.
That's right. Dump all that sauce in there.
There's not too much
Dressing.
left.
Oh my god, it's so unhealthy. You just negated all the health benefits of that
Oh,
salad.
shush. It's got garlic in it.
Oh yeah, that makes it all better.
Totally does.
God. Be lucky to see you at 60.
Mm.
And he digs some out of the cap too.
Extra,
Well, that's it. That bottle is basically done. So.
little
I'm
extra
gonna get
trolling
the
for the
extra
good.
large bottle next time.
Oh, this person needs to burn in hell. Hold on.
What's going on?
Ban.
No worries.
Ban a troll. Nope, you missed nothing of importance. Trust me.
Okay.
You missed
I have
fun.
the best
That's all you
mods in the world.
I'm just like, what? Nope, delete that. That's bullshit.
It's like, you don't need to know. It's taken care of.
Yep. In fact, we have our regular mods, most don't show up. We got 2 normal, so I'm going to promote.
Alright, we're finishing
Oh, I
off
can't
the
promote somebody.
Crouches, too.
Fuck. Sean, you'll have to promote somebody. I'm going to have you promote somebody. I'm going to send you a PM. I'm going to send you a PM on Twitch.
Okay. The only thing I'm missing is Parmesan cheese. I like to sprinkle Parmesan cheese in there.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese is the best on salad.
Problem is Parmesan cheese is fucking expensive.
So we went through another Groundhog Day,
Oh, yeah.
and that got me interested. My curiosity piqued into figuring out how many days did he
Sorry, I
actually
didn't hear
have
any
to
of
go
that
with
stuff. I just could only hear burgers.
It's okay. I was talking about Groundhog's Day, the movie.
Oh, okay. Good
How
movie.
many
I love it.
days Bill actually had to survive in Groundhog's Day. And according to Harold Ramis, it was 10 years. But according to other people who have gone through and figured it out for themselves, it was closer to 8 years. Either way, 8 to 10 years in Groundhog's Day. Nothing but Groundhog's Day.
That would be like
Well,
hell.
that certainly explains how he learned to play the piano and all that other stuff
Yeah.
that he learned. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Because it takes a
Full
long
time.
time. Yeah. But it also explains why he wanted to kill himself several times.
And try to. Several.
In days, that would be, I think, 3,000 days or something like that. 3,000 Groundhog's Days.
Okay.
Most people don't have to live
I
through.
guess I'll serve them up
70 or
over
80.
here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Can you see? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
You know, first things first, I got some Primo ketchup here. Same
Primo.
folks who do the spaghetti sauces. I didn't know they did ketchup. It's actually quite good.
Welcome, Androzani Major, to your first ever SNI.
Hey!
We
Greetings,
appreciate your
Amazoni.
We hope you return for more.
I don't know. Ketchup is ketchup to me.
The only thing I have to do is lots of ketchup is have corn syrup in them, and so I like to get Simply Heinz because it's just your basic ketchup that guarantees no corn syrup. So.
Cheese slices.
There's no reason for corn syrup in my fucking ketchup. That's insane.
Well, it is mostly sugar. I mean,
Ketchup shouldn't be though.
Tomatoes and sugar. Mmm.
It's more than that. Come on.
good, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, PM'd you, Sean.
Really? How do I fail at peeling cheese slices? Go.
How do you fail at cheese slicing? Cheese slices? What?
Peeling.
Oh, peeling. And like cutting? How do you fucking fail at cutting something? Take the knife, aim, press down, remove fingers from blade, point so you don't cut them off, and there you go. You've cut things. But yeah, peeling those things can be a pain in the ass.
See, so when I take it off the pan, I flip it over onto the bun, so the part that was just on the pan and is the hottest is up, and then I put the cheese on that.
I like to put the cheese on it while it's still in the pan, and wait, it melts.
So no mustard.
Encourages meltiness.
Yeah, so what you put it on right before you take it off, and melt them a little bit, and boop.
I'm noticing no mustard, no onions. None of these are things that you have to have. I'm just saying. Do you?
No,
Well, you know what?
prefer them?
Scott, just for you. Hold on.
Mustard.
Belay all of that whining.
Okay, I'm not whining.
Yeah, you are.
I'm asking if that's something that you're not interested in.
Oh. I don't know. That sounded like whining to me. Let's see.
But yeah,
see
Sean.
Now I got all this done.
How
Flip
dare
it
you.
over.
So, Sean, what you can do is before you take the burgers off the pan, you can just put the cheese on top, and
Yeah, I know that's true.
that's what I like to do.
That's true. I know a lot of people do that, like when barbecuing. Franges mustard.
Well, in the pan, I'll do it in the pan too. I'll just flip the burger one last time,
Ooh.
throw the cheese in the
French
hottest
mustard.
part, and cook it for like a minute, and then hey, French's. I have that because a lot of mustard. Did you know this? A lot of mustard actually has wheat in it as a thickener, and I can't have a lot of mustards.
There we go.
I did not know
French's is
that.
just a good, straight up yellow mustard. Nothing too fancy. Gets the job
Yellow
done.
mustard I can have, stone ground I can have, but you can't have most honey mustards have wheat thickener in them.
Caesar salad.
Did you know there are
burgers.
people out there who think that mustard doesn't go bad?
What? No, guys, everything has an expiration date. Let me just clear. Everything goes bad.
Except salt.
No, salt can go bad too.
Well,
No.
yeah,
turns
but it
black
takes like
or
1,000 years.
Brown, I
you'll
can't
be
remember
fine.
which. But, it's a pretty long-lasting thing. You gotta do something. It's not like you can just leave salt out. It's like something happens to salt when you have it near something. It goes bad. Anyway, time to burn the sacrament.
All right. I have food.
Awkward camera angles now point at the fucking shelf.
Oh, where did
You
the
put an
brother
action
go?
figure
Where did
on
he
it.
have to go?
Do you have an action figure to put in front of your awkward camera angle so you have like a second face staring at the audience, dead-eyed?
That would be kind of
Yeah.
funny.
I don't. Yeah, it's just like this, Sean. Like, hi guys, I want to eat your flesh.
It's not gonna... Well, actually, hold on. Maybe if I do.
Oh, that would be cool if there were more light. Damn.
There.
The lighting sucks.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Moody.
Ah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Open box. There we go.
All right. Can I eat now?
Bless you, children of Gaia.
Actually, it wasn't as much sauce as it may have appeared, so I was squeezing out the last few bits.
Yeah.
Remember
I normally put a lot more on.
that we are all brothers, all people, beast trees, stone and wind. We all descend from one great being that was always there before people lived and named it, before the first seed sprouted.
One great being? Is that what you said?
The great being of beyond that existed before we gave it name.
So we're beings?
No. The creator's being. The great being from beyond that created everything.
Okay. Seems legit.
Are
It's
you
at least as possible as anything else.
It's about as possible as any other religion, eh? At least mine doesn't name it and lets you have whatever name you want for your god. Also, my religion likes sex. So there's that. Always nice.
Sexy.
Yes. The true temple of the Lord is
So,
orgasm. And
one thing that we should probably talk about is the new Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. I hear everyone really likes the new designs and are totally on board with it.
Everyone was shocked and surprised. They're just like, holy cow, this looks amazing. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Unanimous.
You know, like every time when something amazing happens, every time when something new comes out in the geek world.
And they just immediately love it.
Exactly.
Instantly.
That happens every single
that
time.
backlash was stupid. I don't even like the new designs, and I think the backlash was stupid. I'm willing to wait till they're in motion because it might be cool once they're in motion.
Well, the funny thing is,
Wow.
they were saying much the same things when the 2012 version came out. Like, oh, they're doing it all CG.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna suck. I don't like those designs. Blah, 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 blah. And now they're saying now on the designs for the new ones, I was seeing comments like, "Oh, this is gonna be nowhere near as good as the 2012 version. That was the best version ever."
I know. And you know these are the same people who are bitching about that one.
That's because they grew on them.
No doubt.
They don't like the new thing. But see, I don't like the new designs. They took away Raphael's size.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way the art design of the show. Like, I don't like the art design. I was never a fan of like
Like
a
that
Samurai Jack.
stylized style.
You know, so it's like, but so like that art style doesn't really appeal to me. But I don't hate it. I'm willing to give it a chance because it's good, well written. Who gives a fuck what it looks like?
Mm-hmm.
I'll still enjoy it, right? Now, some people can't get past that, and that's fine. That's your cup of tea. Did you know on the internet? Like, it's like my favorite part is, oh my god, they're gonna complain that's too serious or it's too cheeky, and I'm like, but which one do you want? Which original do you want? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Change your fucking minds. There's no happiness here.
JL says the 1900 version is the best one ever.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's the best response ever.
I love the 1900 version.
Talking about Ninja Turtles 3, I'm confused. Wait,
Where
what?
they had the turtle
I
horse
think
and
that was actually
buggy.
more like 18 something.
I
But
think it was 1600s actually.
oh no, yeah, it's actually sooner than that because the Dutch traders. It's not even English traders. That guy was Dutch, so it's like the 1600s. Yeah, that era.
Here we go.
Anyway,
Yeah, we know JL. We know.
we know what you're talking about. It was just funny.
All right, there we go, folks. There is the new Turtles.
we're having fun with it.
I get why people are unhappy. Like, there's this whole.
Also, wait a fucking minute. Why does Michelangelo have a whip instead of fucking?
I was looking the wrong way.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You know why they're doing that. You know why Raphael doesn't have size and.
Oh, I know why he doesn't have
Michelangelo
a.
doesn't
I actually
have
know
his-
why they don't have a
Yeah,
nunchuck.
thumbnail.
Nunchucks are
Sure.
like in England.
Sure, you do. You know that several different countries have had different fucking rules in regards to what they do and don't
weaponry
allow
and
on
stuff.
television.
Nunchucks from England, yeah, but does someplace not like size? Am I missing? What country was that?
I'm not sure.
America.
My favorite part is England banned nunchucks like they were some dangerous weapon because kids were hitting themselves in the face, like they weren't gonna figure it out. I mean, like, come on, kids. I didn't even see Ninja Turtles hit myself in the face with fucking shit. Trust me.
No, I was
I
saying yeah,
can't
because that's like
blame
in the original series, the last couple of seasons. Michelangelo had a grappling hook instead of
Yeah.
The manufacturer for
Which
that
this is a reference to, I get, but
Mm-hmm.
It's like a yo-yo thing.
Yeah, I get it. It's not.
Turtle yo-yo power.
I don't like it. And it's a ninja weapon, at least. It's like the thing that Gogo Yabari had in Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a whip with a mace end on it. That's also kind of like a weird cutting device. It's like it can attack at multiple different angles. I get it, but it doesn't feel like Michelangelo. Michelangelo had fucking nunchucks. That's all right. I'm willing to give this shit. It could be a good show, and it won't matter. It won't matter if it's a good show, right? That's the thing. Like, I don't like the art style of Powerpuff Girls, but I like the fucking show because it was entertaining. So that's an example of, like, I didn't like the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon. The art style for the Gennady, whatever, that one, the short-lived one. I didn't like the art style of that, but it was such a fun show. It didn't matter. You know? So
I
might be good still.
love the new art style. I think it's really cool. I'm not even joking, by the way. I'm not joking. I actually do really like this art style.
Yeah. I can see why someone would like it.
I don't really have a problem with the changes in terms of like the different weapons they're using. I don't have a problem with the mystic approach that they're taking now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with April being a black girl. Why would anybody have a problem with that? What the fuck is your problem?
My problem is Ralph doesn't scream to me April O'Neil at all. That's my only problem. I don't give a shit what her race is or what she sounds like. I don't like whatever. But like
in the original Ninja Turtles cartoon, the '87 Ninja Turtles cartoon, Baxter Stockman was a white guy. In the original comics, he's a black guy.
Yeah, that was.
Only the internet had existed then.
And then they made him into a black.
Isn't the only black person Shredder, and he's like a villain? It's like, oh, it's voice actor. Never mind, doesn't even count.
Yeah, no, Shredder's Japanese.
But no, they made Baxter Stockman back into a black guy in the 2012 series.
Actually, the 2003 series that everyone seems to keep forgetting exists.
I don't like the character.
I believe that people are upset about that.
I don't like the design of the turtles in that show, and I don't like the design of April in that show. But I really like a lot of the side characters, like like Mondo Gecko and Leatherneck. Like, I like all of them.
So well written.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That show is so good.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like that's why I'm willing to give this one a chance because be well done.
I'm willing to give it a chance too, but I just got to put this out there, right? Like for all the things I like about this, I get the same feeling of curious concern, I guess I would say, tension when it comes to they're making Raphael the leader now. That's what?
Raphael is the leader of the group, transformed from an orb about the nuclear goop. It's in the song, man. It's in the song.
You know what? But he might not be the leader of the whole show. It might start out that he's the leader, and the lesson is that, like in the show, he learns.
And then another big thing, apparently, it hasn't been confirmed, but there has been there's been no indication at all that Shredder is going to be in this cartoon. Period. So
that's fine.
John Cena's character appears to be the new Shredder.
Nice.
And he's called Baron Draxum.
Hey, like, I'm okay with that. Like they don't. Shredders have to be the
there
only.
Are just so many little things like that that it's like, but that's not Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There are other villains in Ninja Turtles other than the Shredder, and I think that's perfectly fine.
But Shredder's like the main villain.
He might, but that doesn't mean he's not going to show up. And it doesn't mean that Leonardo won't be the leader at some point. What if it starts off with Wrath and other turtles start like they're like he's like I'm not really going to be a leader. And Mike's like I'll be a leader for a while.
You read some of the original Mirage comics, right?
Yeah.
Originally, Shredder dies at the end of issue 1.
Yeah.
And like for the next many issues, it was other villains, other threats, other things.
Yep.
So, as much as the '87 cartoon and fans of it would like to have us believe, Shredder is not the main focus a lot of the time, and there's plenty of other things for them.
He does return. The Folk Clan
he does.
Like there's a lot of Folk Clan returns more than once, but I mean I'm okay with them going because this doesn't mean that Shredder won't be there at some point.
Yeah.
He just he's not there right now. No writer has written it, and they decided not to bring him in. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm cool with this.
I mean, we've had a lot of Turtles cartoons, to be fair, where Shredder has been the main focus. And
ultimately, this is just the way I put it before, this is just a different dimension of the Turtles.
I don't like the idea of Raphael being the leader, but that's because Raphael's a fucking hothead. It seems like it'd be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I see, this could be him figuring out himself. As part of it, he figured out he's not cut out to be leader, and that someone else should be.
Exactly.
Maybe this is Leonardo finding his foot around and saying, maybe I should be the leader. I think maybe I should be it. And then I'm like, no, I want to be the leader. And then maybe
also, it could be Raphael trying to overcome those aspects of himself to be a better leader.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of interesting character possibilities going with that dynamic.
Lots of room for the writers to do something interesting,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily like them, but if it's well written, then I'm not going to complain because if it's well written,
Exactly.
So
see how it goes.
Yeah. I hope for the best, while expecting the worst.
I'm open to whatever they want to do because
I know why you're hearing echo. I still have it on speaker. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you get it.
Sorry, I forgot I'm not cooking anymore. It's gonna kick everybody off again. Just hold on. Hold on a second. Just gotta make sure I'm still recording. Okay, that's good. There we are. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm open to whatever they want to do with Ninja Turtles.
Because Stout likes everything.
Not really.
Indiscriminately. And without prejudice.
Well, what I'm trying to say is the Ninja Turtles have always been about traveling into other fucking dimensions, and there are so many different versions of the Ninja Turtles that exist at the same time within the same general entire universe. As Sean was saying, we were talking about this the other day, everything in Ninja Turtles is canon. Everything. Every cartoon, every comic book, everything. Because it all is just taking place in different dimensions at the same fucking time.
This was established in the anniversary special
story.
Turtles Forever.
It's and the comic books too. So 2 different sources in which there's been crossovers. So including the Archie Comics version too.
Worm Disease says, I was told I'd be a bad critic because I like everything.
That's possible, yeah. Oh, yay, congrats, Worm Disease got his privileges.
Oh, yeah, congrats, Worm Disease, for being our latest mod. I don't know if you even noticed, but you got promoted, buddy. Good job.
We need a couple extra eyes in the chat, and there you go. You know what to do.
Yeah, the trolls are out tonight. We need to wrangle them.
Don't abuse your powers like I do.
So,
let me give you the Discord link. We don't have the bot up. No one's configured the bot yet. 1 second. We were looking into that, and then we just haven't gotten around to actually finishing it. Here's the Discord link. Discord. There we go.
Oh, that is a lot of Caesar salad. I'm getting full. I haven't even started my second burger yet.
The whole thing.
Oh no, you'll have to sit there and talk for an hour and eat it in a little bit.
I might.
What a shame. Just hang out. You'll be hungry in a little bit. You don't have to force it, right?
Cold burger? Cold burger? Is that what you're suggesting right now?
It's different. It's not like you took it out of the fridge. It's not cold.
It'd be room temperature.
Room temperature, yeah. So, room temperature's okay as long as you recently cooked it. You know what I mean?
Oh, Apothecary in the house says, "Lol, I'm eating a blizzard watching Sean eat a salad."
And that rule does not stand for fast food. There's something about fast food that doesn't do well.
For those who may not have a Dairy Queen, a blizzard is a frozen treat. Basically, it's like it's ice cream with stuff in it, like chocolate bits or cookie bits, whatever you like. You can get all different kinds. It's basically an ice cream thing.
And they turn it upside down briefly when they serve it to you.
Yeah, they stick the spoon in it and turn it upside down to show how thick and firm it is.
That's what you said.
I remember.
Touche.
I heard a story from someone who, when the blizzard was fairly new, and that was like the cool trick, was like, oh, you could turn it upside down, And so he went to like do it to show his friends, like, see, you can turn it upside down, and didn't realize the person had double cupped it.
Oh.
They turned it upside down and splat into his lap.
Perfect.
It's incredible.
I like the chocolate extreme blizzard myself.
Chocolate
I'm a fan of the
extreme.
Reese's one.
Chocolate extreme.
It was actually, it started out as like a Blizzard of the Month. It was a very limited edition one, and then it's
Blizzard of the month? Was this a club?
Have you ever
it's the
heard
gift
of
that,
Blizzard
it's the
Month?
gift that keeps on giving the whole
Wait, hold
year.
on. The Blizzard of the Month Club. Now the question is, were they exclusive Blizzards you can only get while you're as part of that club?
Yes. Well, no. It wasn't like a club. I think it was just, they would have a
It's just a
special one every month.
promotional. They
That's
do, yeah.
stupid. No,
Yeah.
see, Blizzard of the Month Club should be like, every month you come to the Dairy Queen, if you have that card, you can buy a Blizzard at normal
to
price.
Blizzard.
It's a special limited edition flavor that we
Apothic Rain requests, please no Blizzard bathroom story until I'm done.
Fair.
So I was running to the
What
toilet.
about theater shit stores? Can I stare?
So why don't-
I stepped in the toilet on accident?
Why don't we do pickups instead then?
I had none.
Pickups?
I have none. Do you have any, Stout?
I have a few.
I bought.
What's a few? 50?
It's like less than 10.
So
Wow.
all I have is pickups. Is
Between
I got
5 and
more
8.
of these boxes, so now I'm
Awesome. Organization. Make use of that vertical space.
yeah. They're too tall right now.
Mm.
The bottom ones are starting to crush, and I'm like,
Oh, God. You got to
Should
put
I
all the
start
heavy
then?
stuff in the bottom. And,
well, the
and
thing is,
like,
I have one tower that's all books, and so
oh,
I need
God.
to towers all the books on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Right now, I'm looking at the box. I'm like, these are deforming a little bit.
She says, I work as a janitor. Makes me hard to gross out. Nonetheless, please. All right, well, Stout, then, I guess. You got some stuff, so let's see what you got.
I got myself a screwdriver set because
Hey, the buttons went away.
Hooray! I don't know what you did, but hooray!
I don't know what I did either, but I'm glad.
Don't touch anything.
This is like a cheapo from China screwdriver set, but
There's
it
one-
had everything I needed. And I got tired of whenever I needed to find a screwdriver, there's never one to be found in this house. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get one. It's kind of cool.
John did with a screwdriver because I was tired of
Easy to
looking to
use.
find them.
Very nice.
Comes with this extension that allows you to get around corners. It's all bendy.
Oh, that's cool.
One day I was using a
I like that
screwdriver
idea.
and I just never returned it. It's like, no, it's mine now.
Nope.
Tired of having to fucking ask for it.
I got Arachnophobia on Blu-ray.
Yay! I haven't seen that in so long.
Got it for free from Disney Movie Club.
I saw it in a drive-in.
I've been waiting specifically because I saw it on the Disney Movie Rewards. Specifically, I saw it on Disney Movie Rewards, and I've been waiting to get enough points to actually get it. So,
John Goodman as the Exterminator. Best part of that movie.
Yep. I hate spiders, but I like that movie.
so today I went to a thrift store because I've been going to thrift stores and buying things for really low prices so that I can sell them for higher prices.
Scalper. Fucking scalper.
Basically, that's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
You always become the thing you hate.
I
But-
don't think you're gonna be disappointed in this.
No, because Justin Teeter's not going to put something up like just now released. He's not going to go buy 4 copies of fucking
No.
books.
Exactly.
Those are the
First of all,
scumbags.
if he did that, if he did buy 4 copies, he'd be like, so who wants one of these? And he'd be selling them to us for how much you paid for them plus shipping.
Yeah, or
You know?
giving them
I
away.
found
No,
this religious cartoon thing.
Awesome.
Show
Okay.
for $3. It's going for like $30 on eBay. So I
Score.
went ahead and got
You
And
pop it
it's
up for $10.
factory sealed.
That dollar. You put it up for $10, and you'll sell it instantly, and ta-da! Makes
You
his money.
found Jesus, and you're going to sell it on
I
Amazon.
got 3 VHS tapes for a dime a piece. A dime. One here, Fatal Vision,
Mm.
Whoa!
which goes for like $20. But I
Son of
said,
a bitch.
"Okay, why
Cool.
not?"
Thanks for pulling a movie I'm interested in.
Uh-huh.
Asterix.
Oh, sweet.
Is that English?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Okay,
So,
that's pretty
the
awesome.
full-length feature.
Yeah.
That goes
Look,
for
my
like
name is
$10.
English nowadays.
There's not a ton of those.
No, there are like 20 of those in France, but like
No.
we only got like 3 or 4 of them here in the United States, and most of them haven't come off VHS.
I'm like, is it? And all I can say is the synopsis on the back is in English.
I would
Does
assume.
that mean it's English?
They did dub a few of them.
They did a W film, yeah, I know. The problem is, they're not available on DVD, so I was like,
Volume
ooh.
1.
Yeah, there's like 20 volumes now. They're still making them, I think. They're in like CGI now.
And then,
Yeah, I think you're right.
since it was only a dime, I picked up McCabe and Mrs. Miller because it's still factory sealed. So I was like,
Nice.
yeah, I can make a few
On the
bucks.
shelf for the hell of it.
Very nice.
Is there a fucking Criterion Blu-ray coming out, or it's not out already?
Randomly, something I like that might even rival Cass's trash cans.
Oh,
But
that's
What?
pretty tall. It's a pretty bold
refrigerator,
statement.
ice and water filters.
Wow.
That is so inane. Oh my
Well, it would
god.
only rival Cass's trash cans if you bought 50 of those.
Or you opened it up,
I bought 5,
or you opened it up and there was another thing inside of a smaller
and they had
package.
different distinct purposes.
That's what we
I
need to tell them.
explained this.
You have to have a package inside another package. You're like, look at this package. I opened it up and here's a different brand, smaller company. My other ones are still here. I just got a free extra pack, guys. Like, oh my god.
So this was $2.50, and again, it sells for like $30 online. So
For recycling.
Really? You bought it?
Garbage.
Wow.
Wow, I love
What?
the
Organics, including Kindex.
I love
And
including pop caps. What?
Did you buy that to
recycling.
sell? Really? You
Uh-huh.
bought the filter to sell?
Why is there
Yeah,
hand
why not?
moisturizer in your recycling?
I don't know.
It got placed in there by accident. I don't know why. It's not actually empty. I'm not recycling it yet.
So basically,
Stout's convenience store
the
over here.
intended purposes is working out just as well as ever then.
I bought straws, guys.
I removed the moisturizer now, and now everything is containing what it should contain.
I love how every time we bring up the trash cans, Cass gets so defensive and indignant.
Indignant.
Has to take
You
us through
don't
his whole
understand.
system
I
again.
have a system.
I was gonna say, he takes us through his system.
This is a Seinfeld moment. What the
This
fuck?
is recycling for paper only, and it's full of like empty potato chip bags or something.
No, it's all-
Okay, Kelsey Grammer, Jesus Christ. Hey,
This is only for organics, and there's like a used printer cartridge in there.
I'm not showing my organics, but
oh,
God.
it's poop. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
yes, I just wipe my ass in bed.
It's just like,
Some
that's
people
why we never
do
see him
that.
get up from his chair.
Gross.
He just leans to the side a bit and,
We're composting, dear. Like, no, we're gonna flush this. It's okay.
and creates some more organics. Oh, thankfully, Apothecary says she's done the blizzard, so now we can be as disgusting and horrific as we want.
yay!
Sorry,
I'm
you-
done the blizzard. You're
Did
done
you-
the blizzard. Okay.
Did you have more pickups, Stout?
That's pretty much it.
That's it, okay.
I
And
got some of
Cass
this fruit.
never has anything, so I won't even ask him.
Did you
And
I
Skip
have
says he has
11
nothing.
pickups.
Oh my god.
bitch.
Okay. Alright, go ahead.
Well, actually, it's sort of 1, but
Oh God.
God damn!
How did 11 become 1?
Liar!
You can't just chop off a number.
Uh,
Or add random
Actually,
numbers.
it is one thing containing 11 items.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay, if it's just a box of pencil crayons, that doesn't count. That's one item.
Red, blue, purple. Though, funny enough, when you were talking about the one-day shipping with Amazon,
Mhm.
I actually had that when somebody apparently hacked my Amazon account and ordered pencil crayons with one-day shipping.
You'll never catch me.
wait, did they send them to their
I will
house?
color everything.
The pencil crayons were $1.49 and the shipping was $22.
Did they send them to your house or their house?
I was going to my address. It said that I ordered it.
If they're going to go to their house, you should have taken the number down. And I'm like, I have a website called Poop Senders for you, sir. You have their address.
That's great. So the way they ordered something with your account and just mailed it to you?
Overnighted him something cheap to him for $20.
Yeah,
that's great.
I think it was just somebody trolling or something.
Like, dude, I can just fucking return these, you idiots, and I get my money back.
That's all I did was I just canceled it.
Mm-hmm. Right, immediately.
At least at least they ordered something and it was a name and you're like, oh, I can cancel this, or you can return it, right? They didn't like buy here's the 55-gallon drum of lubricant or something. You're like, fuck me. Or they could have done all these awful searches on your account and you just be getting recommended terrible products for the rest of your life.
So what are your 112 items, or 3, depending on your perspective?
Oh my god!
Don't you love your brother, Cass?
Oh shit!
And you better hurry up because the garlic Caesar salad is starting to take effect.
Yeah, so you're gonna fart over my pickup. That's great.
Well, only if you keep wasting time.
So I bought the anyway. And then I'll start talking again, and Sean will go, "Oh God!"
The suspense of family, please do it before they fucking explode or abandon it.
The longer you wait, the more likely it is to happen. I'm just saying.
I purchased the Humble Bundle Rockstar Games bundle.
Nice.
It was posted in Discord earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
So that includes Manhunt, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Max Payne, Bully the Scholarship Edition, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, L.A. Noire, including a DLC bundle, Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, Max Payne 3, including the Rockstar Pass, Grand Theft Auto 4, and Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City.
Sweet.
And I got that for $15.
That's
I have most of those except for Bully and.
I've got all those. Most of those on PS3. There's a few I'd like to get on PS4. I got I got Vice City on Steam, and it wouldn't run properly on my system. So let me know how Vice City runs on yours.
Yeah, I'll let you know, because I know the disc was... I have the PS2 one, and the disc was skipping. So I was meaning to replace it in some form anyway.
You nice compatibility mode, Sean? You have to run it in Windows 7 mode or whatever for it to work, I believe.
I didn't play around with it that much. I was like, fuck, it doesn't work. This is more effort than I feel like putting into it right now.
You just have to run it in Windows 7 compatibility mode, and you're good to go.
I'll give that a try.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. Something like that.
But I was going to say, one of the nice things about the PC version of those is you can play them in better quality than the PS2 versions.
If you Google, Google the Vice City or whatever, Steam work, it'll probably give you what you need.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I did a search for, because it wasn't working for me either, and then Eric was like, oh yeah, there's a fix for that, you gotta Google it. So I Googled it, and I fixed it, and I was playing it for a while, and then I got the new one.
This is also Vice City?
Yeah.
Cool.
All of the old games, they had the same fix. They're all flawed in that matter.
Nice.
Because Windows 10, whatever Windows were on, 10? Yeah, 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really fucking high, so like remembering the name shit like Windows 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only something you use every day.
Not very good with backwards compatible with some things. So, just put compatibility mode. Bam.
All right. So, I'm going to set aside my fart maker here. All right, so the 5 of you on Patreon who saw the video will already know what this stuff is. Those of you who didn't or don't or aren't, this will be new. So,
today, by the way.
Huh?
I joined the Z Club today, by the way.
Yay! So first up, I got Green Arrow, Volume 9. This is the final volume of Mike Grell's run, containing issues 73 through 80 and the 4-part origin story, The Wonder Year. So this is it. So if you have volumes 1 through 9 or 1 through 8, this is the last one you need to have them all.
There you go.
So very cool. And that is it. That is all I got for comics. This was all my Amazon Prime order, by the way. Next up, Finally, Blade Runner 2049! Yay!
Hooray.
With the slipcover, of course, and it is the 3D edition. And funny enough, I went to Best Buy the afternoon that I ordered this. I ordered this in the morning on Amazon Prime, went to work, and then after work I went to Best Buy. And what do you know, they had one copy left of this and a bunch of the 4K version. Last time I was there, they only had the DVD, and I was like, well, fuck. Now you get it in. Now that I literally just ordered it through Amazon, fuck you very much. Can you be a little more consistent with keeping your shit in stock? So, anyway, it didn't matter because it came in the next day anyway. I still have not gotten around to watching it. I need to set aside like 3 hours where I can sit down and watch it and give it my proper focus.
Same.
I got a couple days off coming up. My days off changed this week to Monday, Tuesday, which is actually a really great pair of days to have, just not to have to work the Monday when the most people call in. That'd be wonderful. So I might watch it then while Rose is in school.
I might wait till my girlfriend wants to watch it specifically.
And next up, I have been meaning to get these for like literally 5 years. Kept putting them off. They recently dropped to about half price on Amazon. Normally they go for about 30 each. They dropped to 15. So I was like, okay, we're going to get it this time. I got a little extra money this month, so why not? So I picked up Volume 5 of Futurama on Blu-ray.
Nice.
And Volume 6 of Futurama on Blu-ray.
Right on.
And Volume 7 of Futurama on Blu-ray.
I like the
Something
cover.
about
I like Volume 6's cover quite a lot.
And finally, the last volume, this is where it all ends, folks. Volume 8 of Futurama on Bluray.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was noticing a pattern through that. Is that intentional?
So now all I need is I need to reacquire Bender's Game and Beast with a Billion Backs, the Blu-rays of those, and then I will have all of Futurama that was ever done. And that is it. So.
Did you ever buy that Bender head?
No, I didn't, because it would have been redundant for me.
Gotcha.
So
Also,
I
there's.
already had volumes 1 through 4.
I have to tell you, if I had the Bender
first 2
head
movies.
and then I bought the Blu-rays, I just take the discs out of the Bender head, put them in the Blu-ray case, and the Blu-rays in the Bender head, because yay!
That's true.
Awesome.
But
Or I just
yeah.
never open the Bender head again and would just stay as a display piece.
But in terms of what I have seen, I have basically seen up to volume 5. So volume 6, 7, and 8 is all stuff I've never seen, so it'll be all new to me. So 39 new episodes to me of Futurama. So very stoked about that.
Way of the Futurama.
We have the Futurama. And that is it, actually. Yeah, I haven't bought anything else
Way of the
because
Futurama.
that was
Way
kind
of
of
the
my big
Futurama.
splurge because I got my first Twitch payout. So that was actually all thanks to you guys. You guys effectively bought those for me by being awesome and supporting
Hooray.
me on Twitch.
Subscribe
So-
to him now.
You're
So
welcome.
thank you very much.
Better hear see some fucking reviews of that shit then.
Oh yeah, you will. There, I mean, basically all of that stuff was purchased with the intent of doing videos about them. I just need to get the last couple Futuramas, and I'll basically going to do a big closer look at the whole damn set. With the conclusion of Green Arrow, at some point in the foreseeable future, you can expect to see a review series of the Mike Grell run. And Blade Runner, well, movie review, basically. So,
You know what I'd really like you to do instead? I'd like you to watch the Arrow series and then give me a comparison of the two and just tell, and point out references. That would be cool.
I could do that as well.
That would be cool.
Yeah, there's. I mean, I remember. I've only seen the first 2 seasons of Arrow, but I do recall even in that seeing quite a few nods to stuff from the Mike Grell series.
There's also that's older stuff that I recognize, but I haven't read the Mike Grell run.
Mike Grell's run is so damn good.
I know.
I recommend it to everybody, even people who don't normally read comics. It's that good.
I really need to get it. I think I got the. I'm pretty sure I got Longbow Hunters. I haven't read it yet.
Have you ever read Longbow Hunters?
No.
Really? Oh wow, you're in for such a treat.
I was waiting to get the next volume because I know me. Those
you
4
wanna
issues are going to
keep
go quick.
going.
I'm going to want to read some more.
Yeah.
No. And if I start volume 1, I'm going to immediately buy volume 2. So I got to make sure I'm not at that point where I can start doing that just yet.
That's true. The the individual volumes are actually fairly inexpensive. They run about $20 or less. You'd probably you're in the States. You probably get them for like 15.
Yep, or less.
Or less.
100 are like $9.
Yeah, there you go.
On Amazon, like $10 maybe.
Good stuff, kids. Good stuff. What else has happened this week? Anything exciting?
Things.
Rosie's actually being quite the social butterfly. She's with me the past couple weeks, where I guess this is the end of week 1 of 2. And so this week, she had a friend of hers from school over after school, and they played for a while. She had another friend of hers over, and they had a sleepover, or as I like to call it, a wakeover. not a lot of sleeping happens at that. But that was fun. So they just, watched YouTube videos and played games. They were both playing Five Nights at Freddy and seeing who could not get scared the most. So it was pretty funny. And I got us Wendy's for dinner because I don't feel like cooking for all you people, so I'll just get us fast food. And they were quite okay with that because they're kids. So, and then tonight she's actually at a 2-night sleepover at her friend's place, where today it was basically started as it's her friend's birthday. She doesn't get to see her very often, so they really wanted to do stuff together. And her mom said, well, she can come and spend a couple of nights with us. We're going to have like a slumber party birthday party. So it's going to be her and like 6 other little girls. So I was like, yeah, sure, that'd be fine. But then the day before, which was today, or no, I guess it's yesterday. Yeah, last night. There was some kind of Pokemon thing in town, like a Pokemon convention of some kind, where you could go and buy stuff and trade and, watch people play the game and have tournaments and things like that. So there's this big Pokemon thing in town. And she was like, hey, can I go to the Pokemon thing? It's like, and her mom said I could sleep over an extra night so we could go to the Pokemon thing. I'm like, yeah, sure. So the day before, Rose knows of there's a store in town that specializes in collector's cards. So she went to this place after school one day. She let me know. I said, can I go to that place after school? And I was like, yeah, sure. Just, don't take too long. She's like, okay, I'll be like, a half hour later than usual. It's like, that's fine. So she went. She had like $20, her allowance basically, and went there, and she bought like a whole bunch of cards, like just basically almost $20 worth of cards. A, for her own collection, and B, to have like some good stuff to trade at this event. And then she went to this event and said she got a whole bunch of cool stuff and traded a bunch of stuff, and she's having a blast. So yeah, she's just being quite the social butterfly and having lots of fun, which is awesome. She doesn't get to do that very often with her mom, so I try to give her as much leeway as I can. Because social life's important for a kid. She's at the age now also where she's going to start forming those friendships that are going to have a big effect on her life. So, it's important.
Well, she's pretty close to the age now where when I met Alex, so.
Oh, see, there you go.
Look at that. Best friend for 20 years now, so.
Literally BFFs.
Actually, that sort of leads me to another point. Some of you may have noticed my background's changed slightly.
Yes.
Moved to my new house this week.
Yay!
So that's right. Because
got lots more room.
Zanny Major asked if Rosie has seen the Pokemon anime. Yes, she has seen some of it. Actually, when she discovered the Pokemon website, she watched quite a lot of the old episodes on there because they've got pretty much all of them streaming through. It's just like Pokemon.com. And I think she watches some of the new ones on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, she hasn't seen a ton of it, but she definitely has seen a good chunk of it. She enjoys it. I don't think she's seen any of the movies. She's seen a lot of the just random episodes.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
What's happening?
What the frick is happening?
I'm gonna have to reset my router, I think.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okie dokie.
Don't worry, Cass. We'll get that deluxe apartment in the sky eventually.
Cass in the sky with diamonds.
That's not all.
Cass in the sky with trash cans.
Oh my! I forgot to mention. I finally watched a video of young Cass. That,
Oh God!
Oh, did you watch that?
Yes.
The one where he came to visit me at my apartment?
Amazing.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my
The
God.
best part about it, Cass, is that it shows just how much you have always been a storyteller,
Yes.
even from a young age.
Absolutely.
And when Sean would interrupt you, even at a young age, you'd be just like, "I was in the middle of telling my story."
That's right. It could actually be the earliest example, like recorded example of me hijacking one of your stories.
Well, you know what's actually kind of funny? What's actually kind of funny, I was thinking about that, with seeing the little videos and stuff, and I'm thinking back to some of the funny jokes and moments that Sean and I have had over the years, and I've realized just how many of them have stemmed from him hijacking my story.
It's true. It's kind of become a thing.
There's one in particular I remember. I was probably about the same age, and they're 7 or 8 or something like that. And we were parked somewhere. I think Dad went in to gas up the car or something like that. And so I'm sitting in the front seat, and Sean's in the back, and he was having a cigarette. And I guess a car I drove by or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So I turned really quickly to be I wanted to show Sean when I get a car I want to get that one or something.
Yeah.
But I turned and went to point, and I put my finger right into his cigarette. So I was when I get a car, ow!
Yeah, right onto the flaming end. That's
exactly. I literally poked the flaming end of the cigarette. So I had my brief in pain moment, but I didn't really cry or anything. I was kind of fine. And then Sean,
because I think we both just started laughing almost immediately.
I think that was it. I was laughing too hard to really realize I was in pain.
That's right.
And then Sean interrupted and said, "Let me guess, when you get a car, you're going to make me sit in the back, and then you'll go look over there right into my cigarette." And then I just laughed more.
That's right. No matter where I'm sitting, you'll always manage to stick your finger in my cigarette.
I just remember that. It's when I get a car.
Yeah,
I also loved that Cass was pretending to be driving a car in this. And he was running around. You were running around, Cass, and you were making a...
Well, it was a 4-cylinder car. It was a 4-cylinder.
That's right.
And then you would crash into the couch.
Yep.
And as you were trying to tell your story, the best part I think was as you were trying to tell your story in this video, Sean just at some point decides, "Oh, I'm going to go over here now." And he finds 2 fucking guns that you were playing with. And he's just as you're trying to tell your story.
Being as loud and annoying and obnoxious as I can. Yeah.
Well then.
I'm in Shell Brave watching it.
It's a great, great video.
And be sure to stick around after the links at the end. There's a few little bonus treats there. Oh, is he watching it right now?
Not, no.
Oh, okay. Gee, antisocial much? Well, I've had it with you guys. I'm going to go watch YouTube.
I'm going to go watch...
You can watch
I'm
me
going to go watch
watching
myself on YouTube.
That's right. I find myself far more interesting than you guys.
You would.
Uh,
Oh my god. Do I sound choppy to you?
no.
Hilarious. Everyone's coming through really choppy over here.
Weird.
Huh.
You sounded fine the whole time, even when you said you were having problems.
My download is
Ass?
really unstable.
Oh, maybe that's why your upload is working fine, so we're hearing you fine.
My send is strong, my receive is really unstable.
That's weird.
So I'm going...
hope that doesn't last.
I'm going from 300 kilobits of 0 megabits to it's really
Oh,
really...
wait a minute. Got a little choppy there. And now you have no sound.
I have no idea what anyone's saying.
Oh, no, now you're fine. Blah, blah, blah,
Like, what is going on?
We heard most of what you're saying. Don't worry.
We did. I don't know if he's hearing us, though. Are you hearing us? Can you hear us? Hello, Skin Slips.
Of you.
I
heard-
What if I speak slowly?
I've heard you say, "Hear me."
Hello.
I'm sorry, I'm derailing the show.
Slip.
So I'm just gonna go because I'm derailing the show. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
It's okay.
We love you. I don't think he heard that.
Well, you never know.
I'm also going to leave the room randomly for a moment.
Well, fine then. Everybody just leave me here.
No. God damn it.
Jesus, are you okay? I can't even laugh at that. That sounded terrible.
Wow. Tripped over my fucking headphone cord. Are they even still working? Hello? Testing? Yeah,
Hello.
it's still working. All right.
Can you hear me?
So close to smashing my Game of Thrones glass. So close. But I got it.
Wow, everybody missed that too. That's so sad. Not you guys in the chat, mind you, but you know, Brandon, Skin Slip missed it. Cass missed it. They just everybody missed it. It's gone. They'll never see it. This will never be posted to YouTube. Okay, maybe it will. I guess I could show you another thing I got. All the way from China. If I can pull it out of my wallet. I got me a wallet ninja. It's a piece of metal that has a bunch of little holes in it that do things. You can use this part right here as a screwdriver.
Yeah, so the glass flew out of my hand, but it landed on the top of the freezer. What is that?
A wallet ninja. I was gonna just show it to the people in the chat.
The
Since everybody
viewers.
else left.
Oh.
Yeah. It does a bunch of little things. It's basically just a little piece of metal with some holes in it. But here's a bottle opener. Here's a can opener. Here's a screwdriver. Here's another screwdriver. Here's a letter opener, a box opener. Here's yet another screwdriver.
So
This
it
is a
so it just slides into your wallet?
ruler. Yeah.
Weird. Carlatin says, Stout Man, oh man, those things are actually wayful. Awful.
Awful. What? Awful? What are they awful for?
Just being awful, apparently.
I got it from China and it was $1 shipped. So I don't care. I was more thinking about like
Where'd Cass go?
I'm tired of like being in a situation where I need a screwdriver or something and I don't have it. So that's one of the reasons I got this and the wallet ninja.
Wallet ninja.
The only thing I wish that thing had was like some kind of a knife.
Some kind of what?
A knife function of some sort.
A knife.
Knife.
So I've still been hard at work on my closer look videos. When I actually got to the closer look part of the closer look videos, where I'm actually showing the stuff that I'm intending to show,
Oh, God.
suddenly it started taking a lot longer to make them as I was intending. But I've got a few in the can, a few more that just need to be edited. So they will definitely be starting again tomorrow, for sure this time. I thought I was going to be able to do it last week, but I wasn't quite ready to go yet. But look forward tomorrow to a brand new closer look video. And then every week thereafter for at least a couple months, basically. I've got quite a few ready to go, so yay.
Roth has asked me for a very special request. He says, Stout, read us some of the best reaction comments to the new TMNT art.
Oh, God.
So I'm just going to start from the top here because these are all just golden.
Oh God, here we go.
Garbage. Don't even air it. Throw it away and start over. Gonna ruin a lot of people's childhood. I am a huge fan of TMNT, but I will say this is junk. It makes me sad. Raphael needs size. No size, it isn't Raph.
Well then.
Let's see here. Number one, they are all supposed to be box turtles. They've always been the same kind of turtles. Number two, why in the blue hell is Leo not the leader? He's always the leader. Number three, why does Raph have tonfas instead of size? Looks like garbage to me.
Yep. These people raise some very valid points. In particular about it being garbage.
Holy shit, this better be a random photo they showed without the size for variety. If he doesn't have the size in the show, there's no way I'm watching a single episode. It's enough of a sin that they made them look so bad. And then just for like this is like almost every single comment, but here's an actual like somewhat not so shitty one.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad artistically speaking, kind of a cross between the 2003 TMNT series that aired on 4K Kids TV, or 4 Kids TV,
4K. Aired in 4K
Cartoon Network, and little-known Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anime series Mutant Turtles Superman Legend, aka Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Super.
I remember that.
Definitely can see some similarities between Raph and his Michael Bay counterpart. Even so, I can get behind this. So.
See?
We got like one good comment in there. One.
That's a reasonable comment. He recognizes where the influences are being taken from, and is not immediately dismissing it. And that's the thing. Is like, I mean, we've seen like every iteration of the Turtles that we've seen has its own strengths and weaknesses, has its own things people love, things people don't love. So why not just wait and see what they do with this one? You know. I mean, we're all a little iffy when Nickelodeon initially took over, and, well, they gave us probably one of the best Turtle series ever, apparently, with the 2012 one. And that was a loving celebration of all things Turtles. You know, I mean, they made references to all aspects of the franchises over the years, as well as, a lot of pop culture references and whatnot as well. And guest voices up the yin yang and lots of good stuff. So why not just wait and see where this one goes instead of just immediately hating based on a couple of character picks?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you literally know nothing about this series.
Nothing, Jon Snow.
Other than here is what the characters will look like. You know, I remember when the 2003 version came out, people were like, why don't the Turtles have pupils? This is gonna suck. and at the time,
fans can be so toxic. It's like, crazy.
Why is Baxter Stockman a black guy? It's like, well, because he was in the comics. They actually whitewashed him for the cartoon that you love so much. Hate to break it to you, but that's the facts, yo. And I always say it whenever the subject comes up. Can we please get the rest of TMNT 2003 on DVD for fuck's sake, please, and thank you?
No. You know what I found in the store today that I was contemplating getting?
Yeah.
I found a Video Now disc that had some episodes of the 2K3 series on it.
Video Now?
Remember Video Now?
The fuck even is that?
It was like DVD for kids.
Oh, okay.
Like a CD format or DVD format that was specifically aimed at kids.
Right.
And they had their own like I don't even know how to describe it. Like a freaking portable DVD player kind of thing that kids can take with them and watch on like a tiny ass little screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, that does kind of ring a bell. I think I know I think I know the thing you're talking about. They're like mini DVDs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3-inch or whatever. Yeah.
This one comment here I think is actually my favorite. He says, I'll admit it looks lousy. I think the cast sucks, but to see all these comments filled with nerd rage is hysterical.
There you go. Well done. I love the nerd rage. Even as nerds ourselves, who nerd rage ourselves, we at least try to nerd rage sensibly. You know, when something is genuinely amiss, we will rage sensibly about such things. But this is just blind, toxic hate of things for the sake of hating them. Major Matoka says, loved your comparison between the 1987 Turtles and the 2003 Turtles. 1987 Turtles have pupils. 2003 Turtles don't need no stinking pupils. That's right.
Oh, here's another good one. Everyone had the same opinions for the last TMNT series. As much as I don't like the approach taken to the looks, weapons, and artistic style, I'll wait it out before I say it's rubbish or I hate it.
See? Sensible.
Exactly. I'm surprised, actually, to see so many sensible comments when the day that I posted the article, guys, nothing but vitriolic hate. Just hate. I hate machine. It was a literal
hate machine. But Stout, was it a pretty hate machine?
No.
Apparently, I'm the only Nine Inch Nails fan in the room.
No, I'm just not going to do that one.
Only 90s kids will remember Nine Inch Nails.
9-inch. Why would you want nails so long?
Well, it's a big piece of wood, okay? I agree. Black Metal Werewolf says, the black and white TMNT comics are so good. Yes, I agree. I'm hoping that IDW does the rest of the Ultimate Collection in paperback, because I would like to get them. They're a little bit easier to read than the hardback versions.
Disgusting and not TMNT. That April is just fucked.
Oh,
now, there were some actual racist comments in here, just like people who literally could not accept the fact that April is black now.
Oh, I know.
And that to me is just like, wow, man. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? You can get mad about that? Really?
Oh, they do. They did. They are. They will. Yes. Because racism. People are stupid. It's like, I don't know, whatever. Why not just mix things? I mean, it seems to me like they're basically doing this one to be a little bit different from what has gone before, because, I mean, we've essentially had the same thing for a very long time in one form or another. So why not mix it up a little bit, see where it goes, take it in some different directions. I mean, I don't necessarily totally agree with all of the changes that we've seen, but again, much like what we've been saying, I'm willing to give it a shot and see where it goes. Because in the past, honestly, I have yet to be disappointed by a single version of the Turtles that I have gone to enjoy. You know, there's always been something about each iteration that I've liked. So, what's it going to be with this one? I mean, there's going to be something, I'm sure. So, let's just wait and see.
Well, all I can say, like, I have hope, not only because I like the animation, but also just the people who are attached. I mean, for fuck's sake, Rob Paulson, who has played 2 of the Turtles now, he's not playing a Turtle this time. However, he is doing the voice directing for the series, and it is his first time ever being a voice director.
Oh, really?
Considering how much experience he has, it's like...
Yeah. That's pretty cool,
he's gonna be great at that, you know?
Yeah.
And,
well, a voice director also, with an actor's perspective, like, he'll know...
Yeah.
You know...
He's also going to actually play a character in it with Maurice LaMarche. Maurice LaMarche, yeah.
Nice. So Pinky and the Brain reunited at last.
Yes, Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain in the new TMNT show. And I'm calling it right now, guys. Like, they haven't announced anything, but I bet you anything it's going to be Bebop and Rocksteady. Pinky and the Brain as Bebop and Rocksteady.
Oh, my God. That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
So I have moderate hopes for it. I think it'll be okay.
Apothic Rain says nerds responding to different directions is like watching the cartoon woman responding to the mouse running across the floor, standing on the table screaming.
Nerds can't accept any change.
No.
We are geeks, right? Like the geeky crew is what it says underneath me right now.
Yes.
And something I have to say as a geek is one of the things I really hate about being a geek is that so many of my geek brethren cannot accept change, will not accept change, refuse to accept change.
Has to be exactly the way I remember it through your rose-colored glasses. Yes, we understand. It's like we've talked about this before. It's like people are like, well, that's an insult to the original Turtles. Like, have you gone back and watched the original Turtles recently? Like, do you realize just how cheese-tastic it actually is? You know, I mean, I love the 80s Turtles series. Don't get me wrong, I have the whole thing on DVD. I will watch the entire series several more times before I die. I love it. But to say that it's the definitive version of the Turtles, I mean, no, it really isn't. Or that it's the best version of the Turtles. No, it really isn't. I mean, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's just bubbling over. My cup overfloweth with nostalgia, but it is not the best iteration of the Turtles, you know? I mean, the 2003 version, I think, was the most true to the comics, at least for the first few seasons. The 2012 version was just, as I say, like a loving homage to everything Turtles that has ever been. And then there was that live-action one. But anyway, there's been a lot of different versions over the years. And, I mean, people are inclined, I think, to say that the one that they feel is the best is the one that they saw when they were kids. Because nostalgia is a very, very powerful thing. And, you know, no, you're wrong. The version you grew up with sucks. Because the version I grew up with rocked. And it was clearly the best. Because it's the one that I grew up with. It's like... And that's the interesting thing about the Turtles franchise, I think, is why we're seeing so much division, is because the franchise has existed through many generations now. There's literally been 3 generations of kids that have grown up with different iterations of the Turtles. So everybody now, we got these 3 generations duking it out in a pit of lime green jello over which Turtle version is the best. And it gets pretty messy. It's like, well, you're not old enough to remember the real Turtles, which was the 87 ones. They were the best. It's like, okay, Grandpa.
Comic book first, you know? Like, for fuck's sake. That's what gets me. Just like, all these want to act like they know what the Turtles are, and then they bitch and complain that there's time travel. You read the comment.
Yeah.
The guy's like,
what
there's time travel in this? I'm like, really? You don't know there's time travel in the Ninja Turtles? And
Dude,
you call yourself a Ninja Turtles fan?
Go back and read the first 7 issues of the original Mirage Studios comics. We got Shredder, we got Triceratons, we got Utroms, we got time travel, we got other dimensions, we got robots. Okay? This stuff has been a part of the Turtles literally since the beginning, since before the cartoon. And don't tell me that in the fucking 80s cartoon, they never went through time. The movies, Turtles 3, they go back to samurai time. Yes, the movie sucked, but they went back to samurai time. Turtles 3, the video game, Turtles in Time, they go back in time. They've done time travel always, forever. And how about all of the 1987 series? Where's Krang from? Huh? Where's he from?
Dimension X?
Another fucking dimension!
And how about that samurai rabbit friend of theirs, also from another dimension?
Another dimension and another time. It's
like, this is a very, like, honestly, Doctor Who inspired show when you think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just show, but franchise in general.
Duncan raises a good point. He says it's always been like that, even in the 80s, with fights between the kids about whose 8-bit computer was better. Those same kids still fight about it while their kids watch.
And their kids are watching them like, Dad, will you stop now? I don't know what is wrong, because I honestly hate all the stupid shit that people say about millennials. But at the same time, I have to recognize and admit that there are a lot of shitty millennials out there.
But the thing is like millennials get all the shit for it, but honestly, I wouldn't even call it a generational thing. There are shitty people in every generational cliche.
It's a different kind of shitty though this time.
It's
sense different every time, really.
There's just kind of an overall sense of entitlement, I think, that is one of the biggest banes of our modern society. And I mean, working customer service, I when I first started, I was like, yeah, those fucking millennials, they're so entitled, blah, blah, blah. But then I did customer service, and I like to get just old people who are just so full of themselves and so entitled.
Customer's always right.
Like, wow, you cheapskate bastard, just fuck off. I just can't take it sometimes. But Colatin says, I mean, geeks as a cliche have little social life and have probably endured some form of physical and or mental abuse being raised. Once you can find escapism in a work of fiction, you want it that way forever. So not only do they hate change, they hate it because that escapism is diminished. Well, that's interesting. That's actually a very interesting take on it. So it puts a more personal spin on it. It's not just nostalgia. It's like, this is the world that I escaped to get away from my pain growing up. And now they're changing it. They are altering my sanctuary.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of it
completely
like
puts
that.
an entirely new perspective on it.
Well, in terms of why people take these things so personally,
Yeah.
that is an interesting perspective. Apothecrain says, I showed Zach, who's not quite 3, YouTube videos of the original Transformers cartoon. He loved it! Yay! You're doing it right. Getting the geek history education in at an early age. Excellent.
I would know Sean did that with Rosie.
Absolutely. Which reminds me, we got to get back to Gem. We were watching a bunch of the old Gem cartoons. She's loving the comics. Let's see here. Apothecrain says, ask me about the girls liking Harley Quinn. Go ahead. Ask me. Wormsy says, so, what about Harley Quinn, Apothecrain? Oh, it says about being true fans because of liking or not liking her. Yeah. Black Metal World says, I remember when the first TMNT live-action movie came out on VHS, it took literally a year for it to come out from the theater. Yeah, well, I think that's because it was such a huge hit. It just stuck around for a while. But also, at the time, I don't think it was that unusual for movies to take a little longer to come to video. There seems to be a lot faster of a turnaround now. I mean, basically, they're working on the DVD and Blu-ray releases before the movie even hits the theater. They're getting all that ready well in advance and pressing the first batch of them. But but back then it was a little different. As we talked about before, how they would come out on VHS priced for rental, so the rental places would pick it up first, and then a few months after that, it would come out again priced for sale, where it would be, when it was priced for rental, it'd be like $100 for the movie on VHS. When it's priced for sale, it'd be like 30 or 40. So it would go down to like less than half price, typically. But, yeah, can you imagine, like, back in the day, the 80s and 90s, dropping like 30, 40 bucks on a movie on VHS? No extras, no nothing. VHS.
VHS.
That's just what we did. Laserdisc, bare bones movie was about 60. Now, those eventually did drop in price around the time the VHS dropped to like 15, 20 bucks for a movie. Laserdisc dropped to about 30 or 40 for a movie. We're just talking plain Jane, bare bones, no frills. This is like in the early 90s. Or, well, I guess the mid 90s. Like like 94, 95. But yeah, it's crazy. I think of how much 30 or 40 bucks gets us now. Get like a Blu-ray loaded with extras, you know.
You can get more than one loaded with extras for 40.
Well, you can if you hit the bargain bins.
My, how times have changed, and yet people even complain about that. Like, Blu-rays are too expensive.
I know, and that's why I always think, oh, so you never collected Laserdisc then, huh? You want to talk about expensive? Yeah, I was like in my late teens, early 20s when I bought my first Laserdisc player as a rent-to-own from Granada. So it was like $40 a month for 3 years. And I read about it in magazines.
3 years. I'm going to do the math on that.
I read about it. It was a $700 Laserdisc player. I paid about double what it was worth by the time all was done.
14 for...
Yeah,
Holy
so
shit.
About, like literally double. But so it was... I always read about it in magazines as a format popular with middle-aged people who were very financially comfortably off. Well, it definitely was not me, but damn it, I wanted Laserdisc. Yeah.
And now you're a middle-aged people.
Now I'm a middle-aged people, yes.
Yes. And you're not very well off, but you're still collecting physical media.
Yep. Just a little bit. Just a few things, you know. Just a couple things when the mood strikes. Alrighty, folks. I think we should probably call it a night. We've lost 2 people. They've just disappeared. Skinslip left because of internet problems. I don't know where Cass went. He just, like, disappeared. Like, I've had enough of you guys. I'm out of here. Alrighty. Well, have yourselves a wonderful week, everybody. Don't forget, new Closer Look videos tomorrow, and they will be regular going forward, just like my bowels. And we'll see you next time. So we've got some Amiga tunes for you tonight, kind of an eclectic selection. Hope you enjoy. There's actually some bagpipes in one of these. An Amiga music module with bagpipes. Go figure. Alrighty, so enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, thanks for chatting, thanks for just being you, and sayonara.
Jesus is born. Jesus is born.
That's all I got for you this week. Good night, everyone.